Congratulations, iSpace. I am so excited for everything you'll be bringing to the community. Being part of the new wave, social media content creation, being able to offer services that a lot of people will be needing to expand visibility, be able to reach more people, and this is all because of you.
Are we live? We're live. Right there. Oh, we're live? We're live? Yes, you are. Yeah, very proud of you, Kim. iSpace, I think I heard someone say, iSpace is a creative space. And when you think about our community and what our community wants to say, and getting a voice to project that voice out, this is what iSpace is all about. Asked Kim, what was the premise behind this? And he said he wanted people's voices to be heard in a rich context. You can have it at home, but then it doesn't get the reach that other people will be able to appreciate and to get. And so for that, iSpace, we're very grateful. There's a lot of technology coming up, like he said, and I'm sure iSpace will evolve with the technology. So welcome everyone to iSpace, yeah?
This is Paul C from Toto Angelina, and we are here. This is a great thing, and we are so much excited about this. I don't know where you are, but you should be here. You should be here.
Totally excited about the Asian community and the Kenyan Connect coming together and really truly opening a space where all of us, not only Asian and Kenyans, but everyone who is interested in a photoshoot studio. If you could see the inside, oh my God, it's amazing. And we can't wait for the success stories that will come out of here, and also just taking the time to support, not only by just showing up today, but also booking space. So you're all welcome. Come check out. It's 2198 Austell Road, Stella 103. Come out and support. What do you guys have to say?
Definitely, congratulations, Kim. This is such a great idea. I mean, having a podcast, having somewhere we can come and sit out and talk out any topics that we want to talk about. I think this is a great idea. Congratulations, and support you all in any way possible.
Yeah, I just want to echo what they have said. I'm very excited. It's awesome to see two communities coming together. This is really good, and I'm wishing all the best. Come book some rooms and let's rock it. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make this.
I'm gonna echo what everybody's saying. This is exciting. It's such a great space, and I was able to tour all the studios, and they're amazing. So if you're there, you're an influencer, you wanna, making a change in the community, this is the space for you. Come, do your thing, create your content, do your photo shoots, and let's see what is out there for all of us in the community.
A really great concept. What are you guys thinking?
I don't know, I was thinking, can we plug in things over here? Can we talk about how we would use iSpace?
Yeah,
sure.
Me,
I always think about Wezesha, right? Wezesha is a platform for bringing shared experiences to the community. And for the past few months, I've done it facing a computer. I don't have the reach. I don't have guests like this, the way we have it. So I'm thinking the future of Wezesha is a place like this where we can bring multiple people, right, in one platform and have engineers, and we have the sound, high quality sound. So
what is Wezesha? I don't think
you haven't heard about.
No.
Where have you been?
Maybe this is a platform also for you to tell people what Wezesha is.
By the end of this, we'll know about Wezesha. But today is not about Wezesha; it's about iSpace.
Right.
By the way, do you know where iSpace, the name iSpace, came from?
No.
Pops, don't be a politician. I know you're gonna try and.
iSpace, internet space.
No, I was told about it. There's a bit of some math into it.
Z. I think you guys are overthinking it. You said what did you say? You said internet space.
Like iRobot.
There's
like
i2. There's something about two.
iTunes.
And then they brought two together.
Do you know the
iTunes.
answer?
I know the answer.
Okay, what's the
so?
answer?
But I don't know if you Gen Zers would know the answer.
Oh,
yeah.
my friend.
Yeah.
My friend.
I'm not a Gen Z.
So you're not a Gen Z.
I'm not a Gen Z.
What are you? Yeah.
No, he might be.
Oh, Paps is a Gen Z. Paps, you're an 80s guy, right?
Yes.
You see, now we're in iSpace. Everyone's hearing us. Everyone's hearing what we're talking about.
Is this a little tag team over here? I'm an old man.
Okay,
I'm
going
an
back
old
to
man.
what does iSpace mean?
So apparently, the story behind iSpace is this thing called. Remember MySpace?
Yes.
Yes.
Before Facebook, there was
No,
MySpace.
before high five.
There was a high five.
Before high five.
Kwani, how long have you been in this industry, Jane?
For a minute.
Okay. So apparently, Kim was trying to get MySpace, but he's not like tech savvy, so he didn't know that MySpace was taken. Imagine.
Okay, but he could have. Okay, and the domains and all
And
that.
the
Okay.
domains, and so he's like, I want MySpace. But in true Kenyan fashion, I think he thought I, space.
Okay, a Kenyan twist.
A Kenyan twist to
Yeah,
MySpace.
Okay,
But
love
it
it,
works.
love it.
But it works.
So I think, like Hichi, you were saying, there's something special about you just showing up, doing what you love, having conversations, and stepping away, and the pros take over. They do the editing. You come to this beautiful setup. You're not worrying about, is this camera working? Is the sound good? It's all taken care of. I am one of those people who've been wanting to podcast for a while, but I always feel like, oh my God, it's a lot of work. I have to buy equipment, the tech, I don't want to edit, but this is like a perfect room we're sitting in. And not to mention now, even podcasters are doing both sound on podcast apps and video on YouTube. So being able to capture both. So this footage could be on YouTube for the podcast,
Oh.
while the MP4 is going to the podcast teacher and the audio podcast apps.
MP4. Paps, what is MP4?
I think Jane right now is just showing off. Right? Well, she's in this space.
Why is in this space?
MP4 is tech, it's the audio.
There's MP3,
it's audio.
there's MP4. There's
MP4 is video.
So is that video?
Why are you guys looking at me? Do I
Because
look
you're
like a
Google.
tech guy?
Google.
I'm a Google guy.
Yes, you're
I remember
Google.
those formats: MP3, MP4. There was
MP4 is video, but
Video.
the audio part
Yeah.
is pulled out to go onto the podcast app, so all you do is listen.
Okay.
But then the video lives on YouTube.
You know, you should work for iSpace. I think we need Jane Mukami to be part of iSpace too. She can be the one separating the voice. You said the video from the audio, so that one lives in the cloud and one is localized. But that's why we're here in iSpace, right? Because in iSpace, they can do that for you. You don't have to think about, how do I separate? How do I make the voice catch up with the video, right? And in fact, so I did a Facebook Live the other day. I talk like I know Facebook Lives, but I
Sorry,
hit.
the one at the park.
Oh, that one was broadcast.
Yeah, sorry, the one
Yeah.
at the park. The,
See,
the,
I don't even
the
know.
fathers and the son.
Oh,
Yes, we need
Yes.
to get you off Google Google Meets. I'm just saying, Mr. Google. Yo, meetings on Google Meet are so
so old school.
so
So
15 years
MySpace.
ago. There's so MySpace. So you need to get on Zoom or do a live on a platform that people are used to. Yeah, but coming back to iSpace, being able to have a Kenyan partnered with a Haitian doing things for our people, giving us the ability to come and get our voice heard, our passions put out there, reaching people globally, I think is a pretty dope thing.
I
It
think
is.
so.
It is, and just to add on to that, and we're just discussing this just before we got onto this. Just having that platform, there are a lot of creatives who are around, many, and there are those who want to, hey, how do I have something of quality that can go online, right? And I had already talked to the guys over here. They're providing a platform. Quality studios, they've invested a lot. Mics, different, just the same way how you'd watch some of this podcasts that are there, whether it's the Breakfast Show or Joe Rogan, right?
Oh, Fit Kenya guy.
Yeah. Because also you have seen there are a lot of
there are a lot of, and it's become a thing right now. So everyone, hey, you have your house there and put a little background, and you're gonna have your, hey, I'm gonna set up, because it's free. You put in some video and you setting up, but is it quality? Is there sound?
Quality
Are there
is a
different
big deal.
camera shots? It's not there. So once you're able to have a place that is of quality, that you can come there and it's very reasonable, like from what I know. And I'm not saying this just to promote the space. And it's also
I think your politician hat is coming up.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It is. I don't know. Maybe we'll give the rates, but anyway, not for discussion for now. But it's
affordable.
It's affordable.
That's the word to use.
It is
It's
affordable. You can come here within an hour or even 2 hours. Like, I know it's I'm not going to talk about the rates, but it's very affordable, where you can come here, have your stuff already prepared.
Yeah.
Right.
And depend on delivery.
And you're having multiple camera shots. It's a professional background, and you can put your voice out and put whatever content you need out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what else they have? They have a green room. So if you want to take videos, I think they do videos, producing. So it's not just for podcasts, it's also content creation. Oh, we have someone new has joined us. Oh my goodness, Sally the Traveler. Sally G, what's up?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Sally.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
How are you feeling about iSpace since we've been hanging out here for a minute?
You know, I think it's a space that's definitely needed. Definitely content creators know what they're doing, and they'd love to have a space like this, especially if you're trying to like scale outside of what the space you're used to, which is for most of us sometimes at home or a space that you find. So it's nice to be able to have a space like this that we can actually come to, and it's a professional setting, so I'm here for it. But most so, I want to encourage those who have never even thought about something of this nature. Say a business owner, for instance, who wants to come out here and get a space where they can, it's a do-it-yourself type of space. So you bring your own photographer and you have a great space to be able to actually shoot headshots. You can be able to shoot video, like whatever is required in this day and age. A social media presence is important. Web presence is important. So this space is actually needed for us.
Absolutely.
For us, by us.
Absolutely. Love that.
I think we should have called it our space then.
It is. Well, I get where the name comes from. I do.
Sally, you know what you say, what I love about what you're saying?
Tell me.
For a lot of those people who don't have that reach, and you can have that reach that is professional, anyone can become a Sally G and a Mukami. Or not, and it can be professional artists at the same time. And just have that platform where you can actually do that.
From jump.
From jump, because
From jump, and it's because before everyone is, you look at some of these people who are in that space who are, you know, yeah, their names are recognized, and you think, but some things it's your mind. You may have a great thought, or you may have a great idea, but also you want to do it on a professional level. So you, and then
Or you have a good idea, but
Right.
you don't have the how. How do I bring this idea out?
Correct.
You know, and a lot of people get stuck there. They're like, I have a good idea, but I don't know what to do to take the next space.
And it can
the
be
next step.
overwhelming for someone who's not in that space. So you're thinking, wait, I have to go get a camera. I have to go figure this out. I have to figure a lot of things out. So a space like this is for someone who has that great idea and doesn't exactly know where to start, but they still want to start right. Yes, we know there's a great sense of like doing it yourself and building, but we're at a place where you're actually on a level, you're competing as a business, for instance, with someone who's been established for a while.
Right.
So you want your presence to be seen not in a lackluster type of way, but a professional setting. So having a space like this is important for that person who doesn't have to think about, oh my goodness, I have to learn about camera work. I have to learn about so many different things. So you're cutting out so much of the work that maybe Jane, myself, and
to
any
you ladies,
content
competition
creator
is coming
out there. And actually, competition is healthy.
Competition is
There's
healthy.
nothing wrong with
Does not
competition.
exist.
But some of us had to pay the price of doing it ourselves before we figured out that sometimes it's good to outsource your pain point.
Absolutely. You
Say
don't have
that
to
again.
be a
You have to
pro.
do what?
Outsource your pain point so that you can focus
On what
you
you're
can
good
focus on what you're good at. If you're not good at maybe video, you're not good at photography, you're not good at certain things that are required for business, you come to a space like this. They have that for you. So I mean, I can't think of a better way.
What's ClickFunnels guy name? Brunson.
Russell
Brunson says it's
Yeah.
not about. It's always about finding your who.
Yeah.
Find your who. When you're building a house, you're not the plumber, electrician. You're not the person doing the. You find a plumber, an electrician. You find the person who's the architect. You're not learning how to do all those things.
It's trial and error.
Similar to this, especially in nowadays where there's so much competition online. You don't have the luxury we had many years ago where you would come online and instantly people follow you. There's so much saturation and competition, you kind of have to come correct.
And I want to say what Pop said was so key, right? It's the quality of the sound as we're talking, the quality of the video. So I'm gonna play host over here for a second, and I'm gonna ask. I'll start with Pops because Pops. I always call him the politician. But then, do you know Pops and I were in the same school?
Yes, we were.
Which school?
Yeah, we were in
Which one?
a local Atlanta school.
Oh,
Apple.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was back
He was
home.
my deskmate, so he didn't have an answer. He's like, hey, Pops, this question. I was like, Ichi, I got you.
Okay. So Pops, you've talked a lot about iSpace. My question is, how would you use iSpace?
Wow, many possibilities.
Bring politicians? I'm just saying.
I'm not getting into politics, but lately I've been feeling this urge. People are pushing me again to politics.
You're calling,
And,
bro.
and maybe right now we should not get into politics. We know what's happening in Kenya right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but Martin Luther King said, right? When those who decide to, I don't know how to paraphrase, those who decide not to say anything, that's when certain things start happening. Yeah, it just arises a voice in certain people, right? So anyway, that aside, for those who are trying to put their voice out there, right? And there are a lot of
What voice are you putting out here for us, Pops?
Yeah.
That's what I'm just saying. How would you use this? You're thinking about political.
just for that person who wants to go that political route. Yeah, you want to, hey, put your voice out there.
So you would be used it for campaigning, eh?
Oh, definitely. Maybe today is day one. I'm running for office.
Which office?
Which office?
Let's start there.
Cobb
I had
County.
no idea we had such aspirations.
Man, it's back.
I'm running
It's
for
hot.
office.
June 2024.
This is my declaration. I'm running for office.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna use iSpace
I'm
to
using
communicate your
iSpace.
agenda, pass bills,
And also
financial bills,
this
and
is where it started.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, you never know.
All right. Yeah. So iSpace works for everyone. So for Pops is a fresher. I think he's like. Does he have a Facebook account? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't even think he uses it. He's more with the kids on Instagram.
Oh. And he has those. He pays for AOL.com. He's the AOL.com
So I
guy.
think Hotmail.
Who uses it? Really sure.
So
Don't
now.
say your age, Baba.
Oh, that's true. Now, so there's the amateurs like Pops here, but there's the pros like Miss Mukami, right?
Don't
So
call Leon.
you already
wrote the
have.
manual.
She wrote the manual. She wrote the books. She's a Fit Kenya girl. A business. I don't even know. There's so many things that precede your name. I won't even name them. But so now, for someone like you who already has something established, how then can you use iSpace?
So this could be so many different ways. I could come here and record my audiobook. Right now, I'm actually currently trying to record my audiobook at home, but I get distracted. So like I'm still in chapter 4 since November. But if I came in here and said, okay, for the next 3 hours in 30-minute increments, I'm going to take my book and read a chapter and read it and have it edited, I would knock that out way better than me by myself. Number one.
Uh-huh.
So I can come in here and record something I want to sell in audio form. 2, I would come in here and launch my, Pops had asked me about starting a podcast, and I told him I do wish I'd do that, but I've never, because of tech. This would be a place to launch a podcast and do a once a week or 3 times a month, come in, do a few episodes and be done. They'll handle editing. In the next room, there's also a place you can take photos. In social media, content, photos are everything. You just don't take photos anywhere with your phone all the time looking crazy. At some point, you have to clean up and take professional photos.
Yeah.
So if I come in here and bring my 2-3 outfits, bring a photographer, I have a place next door where I can do photos maybe for the month, the content for the month, right? So right there, I'm just knocking out so many things in one place. And then if I want to have a guest host, a guest that we want to talk, maybe I bring a doctor talking about hormones. We can come and record that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do a guest thing. They have video. I can do a live event where we're in studio, where it just has a different feel to it. So those are some of the ways I do it.
Pops, I hope you wrote all those things down, because yours was very lackluster. This one was like fully thought out. Audio.
I'm dealing with a professional.
Yes.
And in fact, how I counter this, you kawaida guys who have not been in this space. Yeah.
In this content creation space.
Yeah. So I'm talking to those guys who, hey, this has not been their thing. They're not seasoned. Yeah. They're not seasoned. You're that kawaida guy. You're
the man of the people.
Yeah. This guy has a thought. You're driving your truck. There's where you are, and hey, I can come here and air my views. Have something done professionally.
Okay. Sally G. What's up, Sally? How are you?
Yes,
The
I
world
am
traveler.
wonderful.
The world traveler. From Zurich to Austell. Let me tell you, Sally
The world
G,
is my playground.
she tembezed us. She's like, tell me where you think I am. And everyone was just like...
Ichi, this girl, we were together last week.
We were.
Oh, by the way, we're the mayor of Atlanta.
We did meet the mayor of Atlanta.
The mayor.
The mayor of
Andre
Atlanta.
Dickens.
Yeah,
Okay. You're my politicians.
that's my guy.
No, I think Pops
Is that your
is
content?
aligning himself with that title.
Sally, what you with the mayor?
no,
We took
no.
pictures.
Wait. Besides the mayor, when Ruth was in the country, all I needed to do was find Paps's ID.
Me too. And you know exactly where our president was.
Lazima nisumbue internet. Lazima.
Hiyo ndio kusumbua internet.
No. You know what you two ladies do. But what I was trying to say is, I didn't know, like, your travel thing has become big. Do you remember that lady who met you? Mm-hmm. And there was that place in the cabins that you had gone to, and you're being given freebies to go and check
shoot
it
content
out
for them.
And I just found that astonishing. Like, you're being paid to go and sample certain places, like $600-700 a night.
It's called influencing.
Yes.
Oh, so Sally's an influencer.
Yeah, she is. I have a new profound respect for you. Anyway,
You interrupted.
I just had to throw that out there.
Sally G.
Yes, it's on Pop's point, it was someone that I ran into. I've never met this person. They happened to follow me. And they said, wait, you're Sally? I said, I am. She said, I've been following you for a while. I'm one of your biggest fans. I don't know this person. So it's always nice to know that what you're doing is actually impactful and it's reaching people. But it was more special because she referenced one particular thing, which is what he's talking about. He said, you went to this place in Georgia that didn't even look like Georgia. So I was like, well, I'm glad my job is done. Because my job is to show you places that you, especially in your backyard, that you didn't even think about.
The place looked like Masai Mara.
It 100% looked like I was in Kenya.
In fact, I was like, you're lying to us.
Which is what made it so amazing. That again, the impact of social media. And again, we're not here to sell social media, but we're here to educate you, if you will. Yeah. Your presence on social media, you have to be very intentional about how you want to show up. You have to, because that's how you're seen by people. I've been doing this for many years because I enjoy traveling, so I like sharing my travel experiences with others. And because I enjoy sharing it, and for me, quality is key. Has always been in everything I do, in my storytelling, in how I showcase a place and by being honest, because you don't want to lie to people either.
Are you allowed to mention that place that you went to? What was it called?
What in Georgia?
Yeah,
it was Danya Camp. So it's Dunya, Danya Camp.
That was nice.
And I kid you not, they have safari tents. Like
In
the kind
Georgia.
of tents you
I didn't even
find
know
in
that.
Masai Mara,
I've been
they
in Georgia 20
have
years.
them there.
I never knew that. Jane, do you know that?
It's called Danya. She also happened to see it too on my social media. But you would ask Jane a good question like, how would she use a space like this? And yes, for people like us who are content creators, it makes sense, we know, but there are points, things we don't know. Like I need someone behind the camera like this fine gentlemen are doing. You need someone to mix the sound, make sure it's right. Yeah. Those are things that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to content. So when you're going out in the world to put yourself out there, whatever business you have, small or big, a lot of people start small. You want your presence known in a positive light as well. Yeah. You need good photography. You can still take very good photography with your phone, but you need to learn a lot of things behind the scenes. So sometimes it's just nice to let a professional handle it, and it doesn't have to cost you too much money. People think, oh my God, there's a studio, it's gonna cost. No, spaces like this are here for that, to encourage that person to come in and say, this is what I'm good at. I'm good at speaking my mind and selling my business. All the extra stuff I don't know, I'm gonna need help with. Yeah. The person who knows how to can do that themselves as well. But again, right now, everyone is a brand. You may not think of it that way, but every one of us, you are a brand. Yeah. How you present in the public is your brand. You could be working for corporate, you could be an entrepreneur, but you are a brand, and everyone has a gift, everyone has a message. There's something that you want to put out, whether it's through someone else, because there are folks who like being behind the scenes, and that's quite all right. They can grow in that talent. But everyone has to think about a lot of these things and what content means. Yeah. That's why you see TikTok now is the biggest platform there is. And people go to TikTok because they find authenticity. Because, people are coming there, they talk. So everyone truly is a content creator, whether you want to believe that you are.
But it's also the medium, is the medium that you deliver your content, which also makes a big difference.
It makes
Because you can have the right message or the right idea, but also how it's delivered and the quality of how it's delivered.
Yes.
Quality is key.
Yeah,
quality
I was walked through. I came here a couple of days ago, and I was told about the investment that was done when it comes to the cameras. You have multiple cameras happening, and I've watched a few podcasts, some here and some in Kenya and everywhere. But you can see the quality is the difference. Maybe it's just
There's
one
production. It's a production.
And you know this. Maybe it's just one camera shot or one camera and that's it. But you're talking about here, how many cameras are here? We're like 3-4 cameras over here. Yeah. You're right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that's what keeps the viewer engaged. Yeah. Like there's so many things, different cuts, different angles, behind the scenes storytelling. So everyone comes, so a space like this cuts a lot of the middle work, which is what you're going for, so you can actually share your message the way you want it put across. So you have a photography space, so you can do your headshots. You need content. You need to be consistent to be found on the internet. So you can't just be posting just random things. And Jane is very good at teaching the business of social media and how to transform. People who are just viewing you into like paid customers, that's huge. People are making money. We don't have to fall into the old school, what we grew up, traditional ways of corporate business.
Mm-hmm.
People are becoming.
For the record, there's nothing wrong with corporate.
Oh, there's
nothing.
There is nothing
wrong with it
at all. But what I'm liking is this younger generation, they have more options.
Absolutely.
They have way more options because we're going more to, the internet has changed so much. Actually, a lot of us grew up without internet. Really, we grew up without it, and it didn't happen until maybe 20 plus.
Our 30s, late 20s into 30s. And not to mention the people like our friends, our Kenyan friends in DC, the guy who does the radio. This is also for you can do your own online radio.
Yes.
From here.
You have a voice. Cause
what's his name? Ali
Badawi have the One Mic show, which is amazing.
Show? Yeah,
I'm very proud of anybody who's a creative who's putting their message out there, because it's not easy for everyone to just show up and be able to talk like this. it also sometimes you need a lot of work behind the scenes. But there are people who are good, they just don't have the means.
Yeah.
Of doing it this way. So
And-
how about you, Ichi?
Ichi?
So me, I'm being asked a question.
Yes.
The same question
Okay,
you
but
asked
Tanya
but
be grilling us.
in true
Let's hear your
fashion,
corporate view.
I'll just copy and paste everything everyone has said.
These guys who want to get away with everything, so they let everyone speak first.
Speak and then they say,
they
yeah,
ask the
in fact,
questions.
that's what I wanted to say. You were right. Oh, you know about that rule book. Okay. So personally for me, I mean, when I think about, you said something very interesting that I want to dissect as I answer mine, right?
Okay.
Is the whole thing about authenticity. And I think for the older generation, us people, we see a studio like this and we feel like we're not being authentic. We like freestyling, right? In front of people, you know. But I think the next generation, this is what authenticity is for them. Coming to a place like this and speaking with quality to people out. So I think that's the...
Actually, it's amplification of authenticity.
It is.
write that down. So I can remember. Amplification
It's being recorded. We have a record of it.
This
We
is
have a
recorded.
record.
We're recorded.
You're in a content house.
Oh, I mean,
Yes.
Are you hearing these new terms? Content house.
You know what that's called?
Amplification
You know
of
what that's called,
authenticity.
Richie? Actually, that is called of your content, like repurposing your content. We could be shooting a podcast, right? But if we're recording it on video, it's being seen on YouTube. So you're able to reach a bigger audience there. We could even, like the videos we've been recording, Jen and I were doing behind the scenes, that's a BTS for your Instagram stories.
What's BTS?
BTS is behind the scenes, which if you're creating a business,
Deka, please.
speaking of authenticity, people just don't want to be told do or how I can help you. People also want to follow your journey. They want to know you as a person. What's your day like? How do you actually set this up? If I was interested in doing what Ichi does, what's Ichi's day like? You'll be very surprised. The content that does very well is like a get ready with me.
Random.
The normal stuff.
And you're
The
like,
normal
wait,
stuff.
people want to
BTS stuff.
BTS, so
BTS.
behind
Now you know.
the scenes.
And if you don't know, now you know.
If you didn't know, now you definitely know. So you have to think. So people put so much pressure behind it. But one content that's being shot now, this is one content, can be used five different ways.
That's what's up, and I think that's where, like, for me. So perhaps you're asking what's in it for me, right? I said earlier, for me, I've always had this Wezesha thing in my head. I was looking at something I wrote 14 years ago, 4 years ago, right? I'm like, Wezesha, for whatever reason it was in me, right? And then I spoke to a friend whose name we shall not name, Jane. And I was like, I can't sleep. I'm tossing and turning. I don't know what to do. She said, you will toss and turn until you get it out, right? Get it out. So that's my first point. How do you get something out in a amplified, authentic way in a content house? You see how I mixed everything
tying
in a content house, amplified, right? So how would I use this? I think the way I've started this platform is I try to make it interactive, but it's still just my voice, trying to talk other people's thoughts. Because I can't invite all of you. I can invite all of you to my house, but then where the camera is gonna come from, right? The quality.
Who's going to run them?
For who's gonna run them? So I think if I think about bringing, in fact, y'all will be my next guest in iSpace.
What?
Let's say it
I
right
like
now.
that.
I will.
So let's set it up.
Let's set it up.
And the next thing I was gonna say, Ichi, for you is, and sometimes the beauty of this is you don't even have to overthink or have figured it out. It's just bring people together, conversation like we're just doing right now.
And I'll say this about Ichi. You're a community organizer.
I'm a you.
How did Barack Obama begin?
I know it starts somewhere. No. He's
if
onto
you were
something.
to know what Ichi does for community, him and Eric, and many other people who are not acknowledged. Like even last weekend when you brought the fathers and the son together.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that.
And of course, production was. It was on Facebook, but we have to, we'll give you your flowers.
Okay.
Production was there, but was there just authenticity? Before I bring my Kiambu side. But I saw what you were doing. There's how you are trying to show, and there's that purpose where guys are there, and we all appreciate everything you're doing. But how about? And we're not being paid for this podcast, as much as it may seem like we're trying to But how about if that was, what is what you ladies use about you?
BTS?
Which word?
Amplified
How you
authenticity.
amplify
The
this,
message, okay.
How you amplify like your good message, which is a good message that's resonating with a lot of people. Amplify it on a.
So I want you to imagine this. Ichi decided to do this father-son event.
Yeah.
He came here and created a 10-minute conversation like this with video that then can be taken, put on social media to promote. To promote, hey, in 2 weeks, this is what we'll be doing. This is why we're doing it. It's marketing.
I like that.
You just can market by texting your friends. How about the people who you don't know?
Oh, you know, because I keep thinking WhatsApp is my universe. Because I have like 75 friends on WhatsApp. And so I send it to them. So yes.
So what I'm trying to say is, on top of your 75 friends on WhatsApp, how about the millions on Facebook in Atlanta?
The opportunity, they're missing that opportunity.
You'd have had people from different cultures, men and their sons showing up. And now we're talking, it's not just a Kenyan thing. It's father and son thing.
And then maybe you can follow up from that.
And that's great advice.
Take
Because
notes.
for most of us, and Jane teaches this actually very well. For most of us, we like to sell to those people we know.
Yeah.
But they actually are not they're not your target audience because they're not
very
the
good
ones
point.
that probably
Very good
need.
point.
They may not be the ones that need what you're doing, and
The ones who need are probably the unheard people who really, really need this.
And
no kidding.
You'll need whatever you do, whatever thing you end up doing for your while you're done with the churning, the shaking.
Yeah.
We had that conversation.
Yeah.
Whatever you end up doing, you'll always be needing new people. How do you get the new people continuously filling your events, coming to your Zoom? How do you continuously get new people to know about you?
And you know that's something we haven't talked about. Like we've touched on it a little bit in iSpace, right? Is as people get to learn about the quality content that's coming from us through iSpace, you might reach that person who really needs that thing, right? I think you talked about it.
finding your tribe.
Finding
That's what finding your tribe
not
is.
only finding your tribe, but imagine that person who like is waiting to hear a message, an inspirational message. And because you're not using a space like this, you're only talking to the 75 people you know, not to the millions of people who potentially can join and listen to you because it's being broadcast in a place like this, right? Madonna. Are you serious? Madonna is calling you. Madonna is calling you.
That is
Papa,
a real
don't
moment. Phones have to be silenced, you know, Pops. I know you were saying this is not like your space.
This is not his space.
But
I was looking for something to add on to the conversation.
oh,
So it was
really?
the
Papa, don't preach. I mean, so deep.
I'm old school.
That was intentional.
I've been losing sleep,
It was what-
but I made up my mind.
I'm keeping my
He's keeping his baby.
I'm
Clearly.
gonna keep my baby.
To the left we go.
I think we've been here. Look, hey,
It's
bro,
like-
how much
Now
more
we
time
need-
do you
let's
have?
wrap
Let
up.
us
We're
know
good.
how we're doing.
This was fun.
This
This
is-
was fun.
This is fun.
But we do need to wrap up.
We,
It's
we
almost
do,
7.
yeah, we need to wrap up. So, okay, so can I tell you how I admire each of you as we wrap up?
Oh, please.
Okay,
She's like, bring it on.
Sally G.
This could be a
Sally.
new talk show panel happening and we just don't
Bro,
know.
Sally, you know, there was a song called Sally, that girl. G. I watch like the happiness and joy you bring to people in your travel. We talked about, here's one quality of iSpace. We talked about high quality. You are totally in a league of your own when it comes to the quality of how you bring the world into our lives. Like, I'm saying that from the heart. Like, for real, just love the way you bring that content to us. I don't know where it came from, what special gene you have, but there's a lot of people who talk about, I'm traveling here, I'm going here, I'm going here. But you,
It's her calling.
it
It's
is,
her
right?
calling, absolutely.
There's just, you just do it so well.
Thank you.
Jane. Fit Kenya girl. Do you know, Jane and I, we used to talk tech a long time ago, like 20 years ago. Then she told me, Ichi, I think I'm gonna write a book. Or I wanna tell
My
people
story.
about my journey because it's gonna help them in some way. And I don't wanna put you in the spot by asking how many people whose lives you have transformed. But I'll ask, at least more than 75, more than my WhatsApp groups, Indio.
I will say probably the numbers she can quantify, which I'll say it on her behalf.
Let's give you your flowers.
Let's give Jen her flowers.
Let's give you your
So
flowers.
Jane has a
She's strong.
Facebook group for the fitness, which is truly her calling, and just women transforming their lives in general, honestly, through health and wealth. But that Facebook group alone has probably over 500,000 members.
No, it has three.
No.
It
Well,
has,
if not,
no, it has
so
353,000.
that's
No.
one. No, this is one group. She has
Wait, no.
You
Wait,
heard
stop.
that, right?
There's a comma. There's 353, comma, 000.00.
Yeah,
Yes.
1,700, and I thought Nikumbele. I thought I was doing well.
this is that platform, right? Jane also has she has groups, and whenever she signs up people for different groups or different things that she's doing,
Challenges.
she opens a different Facebook group. So remember, there's still more numbers in that one. She's also she's on Instagram, so she has her own also followers who are not always like interchanging on Instagram and Facebook and all that. So we're talking Instagram, we're talking like all social media platforms, and then YouTube, which is how Jen and I actually kind of got to meet many years ago, because we were shooting videos before we even knew about what content creation was.
Oh, by the way, Sally shot my first YouTube video.
Wow.
Jane came to
In
me
2012.
Wow.
She said to me, she was like, I want to get on, I want to get, how do you get on Twitter? How do you get on Facebook? She had the same Jane we're talking about today that has mastered social media literally was like,
I was
how do I
once
get
like
this out?
this one.
And I was like, I said to her, let's get on. Here's how you sign up on social. I had a camcorder. I said, Jane, this is what I love
8
doing.
millimeter.
We'll
I
get
love
there.
doing. No, I
We'll
had
get
a
there.
Sony camcorder. I remember. I said, I want to. You have a message here, and this is what I told Jane. This is in 2012. I said, video is the way forward. Blogging. She was blogging. She was doing well. Blogging is good, but video gives different elements. People can see you, they can hear you, and there's more to it, like you're bringing, so it's more engaging. I said this to her way back when I knew this, like
2012.
I should have. So I told her this, and so I started shooting her videos on Saturdays. I'd go to her house, we'd shoot videos about nutrition, how she made her food.
Did you shoot Rock's video?
I
The
shot Rock's
supplements?
video, I
Rock
shot
Shabazz?
supplements,
Yeah.
I shot a few videos, and I'd go home, edit them, and by the
edit them for
next
me.
day, she would have the video ready and we would post. I didn't
upload
even
them
know
on YouTube.
this was really, like, I love doing this stuff. I went to school for it, actually, but, so I would do it, and then I was like, really? Oh, okay, wow. But I say all this because I have seen Jen grow from then. So when I say those numbers, these are numbers that we can quantify. She's definitely, in my opinion, and I'm not exaggerating, because there's gonna be folks who will watch. People will watch your content and never say anything, and then people who actually come to me and actually say, "Oh my God, you're the one who inspired me to go to this place and this destination." They don't follow me. They don't make any comments. They say nothing. So it's not always the people who talk to you and engage you that are being inspired. So we can say, and to give numbers, it's more than 1 million people she's reached.
And
With
Jane-
all the TV shows and magazines and everything she's done,
What?
that's nothing. And we're being modest. These
Okay,
are-
stop.
But no,
I can't
it's
take
giving
it
you your
anymore.
flowers while you can. I wanted to make sure that's said.
Sally,
Yes.
you said, bro, I mean, just listen to what she said, right? Like, even her voice, not even what she said, but how she said it, right? So, Jane, yeah, accept your flowers. And you know what I like about this? I feel like I'm with celebs. Like, I can text Jen Mukami and say, hey, what's up? And she responds. Then I'll text Sally G. I'm like, yo, how are you doing? She responds. Can you imagine being able to talk to million, how do you, people who are followed by
Like I like to
and
say,
then-
celebs ni nyinyi, okay? Celebs.
Itchy. And then
Such a
the thing
bad
is,
label.
and sometimes it's people we hang out with all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, we don't even. But when you hang out with them, then the others who are coming kind of take a picture.
Hey.
Like what happened with you and Sally. There's that lady who I've known for so long. I'm not gonna mention her name, but she came up to you. She's like, "Oh my God!" And then she knew this and this. to
These
the
are
detail.
they're real fans.
To the detail,
they really
right?
are.
To the detail. Now, in fact, I even asked them, I'm always with this one. I mean,
Yeah. So he's literally like minimizing
I was so
it.
dismissive, but that lady was like, oh my, and she's older. She's older than yours. Like
You don't know
you
who
have
your
a following
audience
that you don't
is.
understand, and how you're. I'm not gonna. This one start growing horns.
No.
But anyway,
she
but
deserves to
yeah,
hear it.
No. Like
Because-
Jane, I tell Jane all the time,
But
and she knows I'm one of your biggest fans.
But can I also
Then
tell
that's
you?
on the record, eh?
It's on the record, but also it's also a very alienating world because family, they don't understand it. Your friends will never
It's a new
understand
concept.
your
It's a
dreams.
new
They'll
concept.
never. Nowadays, it took my mother like 10 years for me to actually go to a hotel. Once in Naivasha, I was invited to go. They wanted me there and talk about. They didn't even ask for a lot. Some hotels, some places will ask you for a lot in order to like host you or pay you. But this place just wanted me to go there and give a TripAdvisor review. That's all they needed. And that's when my mother was like, oh, kumbe even though unafanya, like they never understood it. But your dreams are not going to be understood by many people. You just have to go for it anyway. The younger generation is luckier because there's those of us
So
who've been
many
doing
ways,
it, and
yeah.
It's a-
TikTok has been there, so they realize, oh, I guess you can. But a lot of us had a lot of resistance, and that's why
We
because
were the, what do you call?
Pioneers.
We were the early adopters.
Yes.
We had to go first.
So we newbies in this
And-
way,
and
we have
the-
a chance, eh?
And because it's alienating, what he said earlier about like giving people their flowers, give it to them because you'll be surprised. You'll think, oh, this person has a huge following. They hear this every day. No, it's that one day. Like there are times I don't even want to create content. I'm tired. I'm not feeling like this is going anywhere. And some random person, and I always feel like it's always God's timing, will randomly send me a DM like, I'm at this place right now because of you. Thank you so much. And you remember, oh my God, that is truly my purpose and I gotta get back to it. So that encouragement is needed. Like never be tired of it. Like, oh, this one will grow horns. No, gas them up as much as you
This lady
can.
never has. In fact, I always tell her,
Gas her
and
up.
even you
And
as
you
well,
know many
Sally.
celebs. We know this.
We're talking about you ladies. You girls have become so humble. You're accessible.
Accessible.
You can be given a call. You can do the Kenyan community. It's not like you're bigger than anyone else, right? There are those who get to that stature. I
Yeah.
don't do this anymore. Yeah? And we let them be, to each their own. But when that person is, you have your name, but you're still there and you find time for community, I put my heart out.
I'm
For
telling
you ladies. No.
I'm texting people and saying I'm with celebs over here.
Ichi, what is your story? I know we need to wrap up over here.
We do.
But also for you, Ichi.
Yes, he does
Maybe
that.
let's say so quickly, like even 5 minutes. I know there's also what you're doing and
Yeah.
what you're trying to do. Right?
Yeah. I think
And how this space can be beneficial. Because also you have a platform. A lot of people look up to you, Ichi. I do personally.
is that on the, is that you said it's been recorded,
It's
right?
on, it's on record.
And it's gonna live in the cloud. Okay.
He wants to
No. Let me say this because we're all talking about each other, right? Ichi is someone that I have known for many years. And you're a bit older than I was. I was even at your wedding.
Oh wow, we're
22
going that far
years
back.
22
I
years
was at your
ago.
wedding and went to the evening party at it was I'll tell you. It was Spectators.
Was that what it
2005.
was called?
It was called Spectators.
On Windy Hill.
On Windy Hill.
No, Terror Mill.
Terror Mill.
Oh,
Terror
Terror
Mill.
Mill.
Yeah.
Was the time
2002, but you're
I have
right.
the pictures
yeah.
on my Facebook. You know, I'm a Facebook guy. Old school like that.
Oh, you.
But you have been a guy who's been very even your other house that you had up there on 575.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had the respect of the community. You really have. And I think you're also taking your space right now. Just not being a community organizer, but just being there and
He's leading.
you're leading. And that by itself, because you'd have chosen to, hey, let things go as they're going.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And you taking that role. And first of all, I've been in school with you, you've done your masters, you're as smart as they come. And not to get into this is my political pitch. When we let certain people take certain positions which they don't deserve, it becomes a problem. When certain people who have the capacity to do certain things, they have the intellect, they have the education, then others are forced to conform to the mediocrity that we decide this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
When good people like you choose to sit back and watch.
So what are you trying to say here? What are you trying to say here?
He's giving you props.
He's
commending you for what you're doing. And community organization.
Wear your shoes and wear your shoes proudly, Ichi.
And I'll piggyback on him, Ichi. Even though you have deep roots in corporate, just over the last maybe year or so, you've stepped into something. One of those things is you're a great conversation facilitator. That might just be your zone of genius.
Yeah.
Just bring people together and you're like, even us, you're like, okay guys, I'm going to ask a few questions. That's your thing. You're like, what's his name? The guy with the podcast on YouTube Steven,
the relationships guy?
No,
The Diary of a CEO?
Steve,
No.
Yes.
I do like
Diary
Steven.
So what I was trying to do on YouTube
that.
before you
Yes,
had
look
Papa
for
Don't
Diary of
Preach, I swear I'm not lying. No. That's what I was looking for.
Look for Diary of a CEO.
Because I watch him
He
all the
brings
time. He
the big
facilitates. He's
people.
a facilitator.
Facilitates. He just asks questions. So
Yeah.
what happened there? So let's go back. And you said something. Tell us more. That's you.
Yeah.
You know, that is so good to hear because, like, you know, we spend a long time trying to figure out
The thing.
why are we here, what's the thing, right? And we can go into the mechanics of, okay, this is the only thing you'll do. And sometimes it's tough, but here's what I'm learning every day. I'm learning every day that my role here on this earth is to bring people together to share experiences so that someone can learn from that shared experience. Because I don't know everything. I mean, I know 99% of the things in the world.
Yeah.
But
Still that percent.
You know a lot
there's
about
still
everything.
that 1% that I don't know. So if you know, like someone reached out to me at Jobo the other day, she's like, yeah, you know, someone needs to travel. I was like, you know what? I know Sally, right? And so I think people, in general, people are shy about talking about what they know because as Kenyans we feel like we're being bossy, you know, being arrogant. But creating a space where people can share experiences. So the last, like to what Jane said, there's, you know, we've talked about mental health for men. We've talked about Father-Son Day. You know, before that we talked about Kenyaricans, American-born kids of Kenyan parents, and allowing them a space to talk about it. We've talked about corporate versus self-employment, and somewhere in there's some people who've learned something, and there's more topics that will come from how do you take care of a loved one at home. Like there's all these things that we can share
And I don't know if you remember what I told you when we met. When you find your thing, it will feel so simple to you. Like really?
Right.
Wait, I like be paid for this? But honestly, your gift is in the thing that comes the easiest to you.
Yeah, so there are people who have stories that they can't tell because they don't have the right person asking the right questions. So I'm just saying that I know you're still trying to figure it out, but from the outside looking in,
we could do it in iSpace, huh?
It's
right here.
And
you have the platform.
Right.
And it starts here.
Right.
It starts here. I
It
think
starts
it's a simpler way to start. Who's telling you to build a studio?
We should. It's recorded.
Are we being paid for this?
Simpler.
Are we being paid for this?
This one's on the house, but the next one.
The next one.
And I still wanted to say
I think
something.
we need to give you a couple of hours on the house.
And I wanted to say, Sally, as I used to call you, Sunshine Sally. You're naturally sunshine. You're happy.
Dude,
you're the
speak
opposite
on
of me. You know, when Sally and I travel together, I'm like, don't talk to me in the morning.
Until
She wakes
11.
up like, good morning.
I wake up like,
No, Sally has high energy.
Yeah.
What? And I love it.
She's
My
the opposite
energy.
of me. My battery runs out really quick, and her battery is always full.
Man.
But besides your great personality, travel has always been your thing. I've kicked you in the butt enough times, saying, Sally,
Many.
do the damn thing.
Many.
Where we book, just do it. Stop it. Do it. Just do it. You come alive when you travel. You take us on experiences. We feel like we're with you on the trip, you know?
Yes.
And this is us people who know you. But the people who don't know you,
They're
Like I
missing
said,
out on that experience.
the people who don't know you and who you'll never even know, the people benefiting that you'll never meet, you'll never know.
True.
But they're just watching you and saying, "Oh, she went here, I'll go."
Yeah.
You know.
But do you know what's even better than like I don't even want to call it travel, because travel feels like it's minimizing it too much, right? It's
A blogger.
educative
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
right? So it's not hey, look at me, I'm here. It's hey, look at me, I'm here, and this is the best way to get here. And if you do this, like
things to
she's
do.
And that's how that lady
Right?
saw you, because she got information.
information.
And what did she say? She's like, hey, I want to go there. Out of what she saw you posted, she's like, no. She got, even I want to go there.
He didn't know. He was like,
I
what are
didn't
you
know.
talking
In fact, I was
about?
trying to ask you.
We had to show Parks, and I was like,
Is that in
Parks,
Georgia?
My friend, he didn't know. He was like, wait, Sally, you do what? Parks
And
didn't
then-
even know
and-
what I do.
No, I didn't
To
know.
some degree. Because
You know how we're so dismissive of each other? We don't really know what people...
Sometimes with our
Sometimes,
friends.
not all
That's
the time.
why the
yeah.
prophet has to leave the village.
correct. And
Like you guys don't know what I do.
That-
Let me
that-
go to the people who
No,
know.
that's exactly what Jenny's saying is true. Sometimes
Yeah.
we focus our efforts on the people who know
In our
you,
village, I
but
remember
we're
you
also
said that.
limiting you because the person who needs it may not be in that particular
community.
village.
You're right.
They're outside of it, which is why we need our message needs to be
So
heard.
the word is, everyone is watching for everything that you post and everything that you do.
The world is.
And
watching.
especially
when you-
this internet space.
And when you think of it
someone
that way,
is watching.
when you think of it that way, it actually forces you to, depending on
To be
the kind of person
cognizant, to
you
be
are,
careful about-
it forces you to say, is it beneficial or not? Is it self-serving? Because sometimes I'll be like, this is self-serving. It doesn't serve anybody. I don't need to put it out there. But people also want to see you just doing
Do you know,
your
I
regular
started-
things.
I started noticing something. I'm not on the same, by no means. You girls are on a whole nother level. Me and Ichi were the newbies in this, right?
yeah.
I'm not even trying to be, but I posted something to my small audience, my 500 followers.
No, don't ever
But-
dismiss your audience as small.
But then someone was looking and was giving me a response on certain things. So you may do certain things and don't think that it has an impact, or someone is not seeing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But that person was so, okay, this and this, and became a conversation that became something.
So now imagine that with
Yeah.
money. The
Imagine
people who
that with
actually
100 people.
with people who actually can pay you, what I've learned, people who actually are the biggest noisemakers and want to engage you, they can
They
be
never
friends and that's
pay.
fine. They never pay. But it's the person who probably never even makes a comment. They have been watching you for a long time to earn your trust. People don't just buy from a stranger just like that. No, they follow you for a while. So it's kind of like you're nurturing them. And they're like, I've watched this girl for maybe 5 years. She's put out like free ebooks. I've learned so much from free stuff. Imagine what I would get if I actually paid for
Paid
this.
her for
So
help.
when you want someone to pay for something you're putting out there, you have to nurture them. You don't just show up like, hey, buy my product. So that's why we have to show up and do it well and do it right.
And
Without
with
losing
amplified-
yourself.
And with amplified
What was it?
authenticity.
Without losing, that's what it is.
Okay.
Without
Amplified
losing
authenticity.
yourself.
Now let's give this other. This,
Oh, Robert, it's-
let's
it's
give
Robert's
this one.
turn.
It's, yeah. Okay, so we just really, really appreciate you for sitting on this conversation.
Thank you.
Being a part of it. I mean, you do have 500 followers.
I was again walking to the bathroom. I was told, hey, there's an empty seat. Right? There's an empty seat. Come and
You,
sit there.
you play a role. When I want to know what's going on in Kenya, where the president is in Atlanta, you're my go-to
he's there.
guy, right? I don't know who was here the other week.
Wait.
Last week there's
Say that
someone-
too.
Mgonge wa Thiong'o, who's
Yes,
a big
I
deal,
didn't know
a prolific Kenyan writer.
until I saw that on your. Yeah, so I know it sounds like I'm jabbing at you, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like you're the person I know if I want to know something about government, things in those lines, Kenya, you're my guy. Why? Because I know that's your thing, and I don't think you do it because you want to show people. It's because you like that stuff,
It is who you are.
and it's okay.
You can't deny your heritage, right? We all need a Kenya to
Don't
go back
get
up to.
patriotic
No.
right now.
Don't
don't get patriotic. I'm
and-
just saying you've always, even
you.
from
Certainly.
when we were really good friends, you've always enjoyed politics. You've always been into
Sally,
those
I see you.
conversations.
I won't discuss it. It's on you. I don't talk
You've
about
always
business
liked
unless they're ready
politics.
to.
So one day when you just start giving your views, like another friend of ours we know who used to be into politics, people start paying attention.
Yes.
Because it's
oh, he's always liked politics, always been passionate. So just
And we see you in the front line. People are watching, even they may not say anything. We've learned that,
That's what I said.
but
People
they're
are watching.
watching. Another thing you said earlier, which is for a bigger audience, anybody who wants to listen to this. A lot of times social media will have you believing you have a smaller following because they tell you, oh, you can only work, brands will tell you can only work with a brand, with a content creator who has 10,000 or more followers, blah, 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 blah. And so it makes anybody who has a smaller following feel like, I'm not making any impact, I'm not doing anything. But guess what? You said 500 people. You're like, I only have 500 people. But imagine being in a room with 500 people and you're on stage with them.
Right.
Do you know how many
That's a
people
big
those
crowd.
are? That is a huge crowd.
And the people who make the most impact most of the time are the people with smaller crowds who really enjoy
The
who
engaging
you are,
with you.
who
Right.
you are, and what you represent. Not, I learned this the hard way many years ago when I'd post. If you followed me for a while, Sally, you'll notice I don't post a lot of photos of myself in bikinis and swimsuits. Why? Because I'd get a whole bunch of male followers.
Yes.
And
I'm
also,
like-
I started doing something where I don't post. You know this better. Your digital footprint.
Correct. Oh, it's there and it's going to be
Internet
permanent.
never forgets.
It does not.
So I'm also very cognizant of certain pictures. Let's say if I'm having a drink. No, I don't want to be pictured having a drink, right? Or smoke. Well, I don't do those things.
Yes. And I don't see smoking hookah, so I'm not. Mm-hmm.
But I'm just cognizant of those things.
Yeah, well,
Especially if they're gonna be posted, like as a post that stays on someone's post. It's just
now
things that-
we could have another entire conversation on authenticity, because it's okay for you to be drinking.
It's okay.
A drink.
That's
It's
what
part
you-
of. Yeah, I do have
But
a beer.
it's part of
it's
like
human.
unwinding.
I have a
if you-
feeling we need
if
to
you're
do
too
this.
Perfect, if
And-
you're
and-
too
and-
perfect,
yeah.
you know,
It's-
but
it's-
if you're too perfect, people will be like, they can't relate
they
to you
can't
conversation is
anymore.
not gonna end.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so I
yeah.
was just saying, so me getting 10,000 new followers from my bikini photo, these men will never care
Bye.
about weight loss.
Exactly.
So my numbers just went up, but it's with a fake audience.
Yeah.
If it's
Right.
if it's not a bikini, they'll never like.
Yeah.
So I have a high number with a whole bunch of dead weight. There was a story about a lady who had millions of followers, and she used to be paid by companies. And when she decided to create her own T-shirt line, she could only sell 2. And this is why Instagram and Facebook started asking companies to vet their influencers properly, because you could have bought the followers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So don't feel like your small numbers are not anything. As long as they're yours and these people found you organically, everyone with 200, 100, it's okay. There are people making money with 800 followers.
Yeah, and those 800 are buying. Every
Right.
one of them is buying. You
Right.
could have a 10,000
They're
and only 2
genuine
buy.
followers and believers.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
So
you've
not-
been with them, they've seen you, they believe you, they
know
trust
you.
you. That's why even brands now, they look for smaller, very niche. You have to be very specific in what
Authentic,
you sell,
real.
because they know your following is based off of, they're coming for that specific thing. It's a whole
entire
lesson.
conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but
So I
let's-
think we wrap up. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Let's
I'm
wrap it
hungry.
up.
I'm hungry.
Jane doesn't play with her food.
Jane is on. She's on
I'm
a
like,
ready.
it's time to eat.
It's time to
I
eat,
need
it's
some-
time to eat.
Yeah, I'm about to go get some.
Robert,
Yes,
I
sir.
will use your government name. Thank you for joining iSpace. We look forward to your political
I look forward to seeing you
endeavors.
on a stage
Look
somewhere.
forward to seeing you on a stage, amplifying your authenticity somewhere. I think what we learned, me and you, we're freshers in this. We're monos.
We got y'all.
I just told her to take me underneath her hand and just.
We got y'all.
We
You
got
got me.
you. Okay.
Got me.
Jane teaches about it, so anybody
Jane
listening,
teaches about it. Yeah.
literally
What is it
teaches
called?
about
Oh,
it.
online business. OB.
You did participate
Yes,
in
I
OBV
did.
this
Yeah.
year.
You
Oh,
learned
it was
about
it was
it.
great.
You learn a
I
lot.
learned that it's okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
The hardest part is
those
starting.
people. Those people.
That's the
Actually,
hardest part.
did I ask you this outside? Where for those people who are not in that space of public speaking, it's hard. It's difficult in the beginning. There's what you think you want to say, but once you're put in the spot, you say something totally different. But I was teasing Jane, where for her I think she's itching to get on stage.
No, but it's not for everyone either. So that can scare a lot of content creators. You don't actually have to show up anymore on video. Now, content that's selling is a lot of BTS.
Right.
You could literally type up a message even for TikTok. Type it out and have a beautiful video in the background. As long as the video is engaging in the background and the message hits home.
Especially now.
You don't have to ever
with,
show up on video.
What do they call it? Looping.
Yeah, looping.
Those
But
stupid
guess what?
loops.
It's in your best interest if you have a business or whatever you're doing to just showcase
Itchy, you're
your
taking
face.
notes.
Man, no. You know what? I will access the cloud and listen to all this recording.
Showcase your face. It serves you better.
Absolutely.
It's your business. Show up.
Man, Miss Sally G, man, the travel, the little jumping. Actually, can I ask a question? I don't know if you. Is it okay if I ask her, like, who takes pictures of you? Like, do you know?
Oh.
Like sometimes, yeah, like
Oh, Ichi, what you just said right there,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to ask, right?
Okay, yeah.
So,
Are we ever gonna
I love
finish?
these ladies who are traveling
I'll try to make it
Who's the
brief.
other person
Who's
who's behind the camera?
And you
I'll
tell
make
them.
it very brief.
Who's behind the camera?
Tripods.
And you know what? I'm gonna teach. You know what? I want to actually teach this because I get this question so many times. I've traveled solo now.
So
It's
not
been
Tyrone
10
behind
years.
the camera. Oh.
It's been 10 years, and the biggest thing I hear is, but who's taking your photos?
Yeah.
You're lying. There's a guy, because there's this
Why
belief.
can't it not be a girl?
The women, I know, and it could be a girl too. It's today we're in 2024, but it's always you're hiding someone.
Unaficha mtu.
But that's the
Kama
most.
nikinovia pale nyuma, sema
If there's any
nikinovia.
question I get asked, that's the question. Let me tell you, when you become a solo traveler, you'll figure things out on your own. So very quickly, I usually have a tripod. I travel with a tripod. It's not one of this, with the cameras it's heavier because it has to be steadier. But it's still steady, but I can fold it up into like the size of this water bottle. And I can stretch it out to however long I want it. I place my phone there. It comes with a Bluetooth remote. So I can set a timer. So I can literally, or just like your phone, every phone has a timer. You can do 10 seconds or 3 seconds. Half the time you're not seeing the behind the scenes. I am running away. I've already set my little point.
If you didn't
And then
know,
guess what?
now you know.
As soon as I know it's 10 seconds, so I'm gonna be running. I know I have like 5 seconds to run, stop, get my dress right and fit. But if you have like even your watch,
that's
you
true,
can
yeah.
actually see, am I paused right? There's so many things we can do now. Even
camera
with the
action.
Bluetooth, I can see what I'm doing before I take it. Sometimes it's trial and error. And you take it, you go, you look at it, and also, you ask people. When I see couples, I like couples,
guys
and
are so seasoned
I'll tell
in
you
this.
why I like couples. Because a couple
Memories.
they want to be
So
together
they'll
in
also
that
tell
photo.
you, take me a
Yep.
picture.
No, they want, I see
Yeah.
them struggling doing a selfie. I
So
see
take
them
me a
doing,
picture, then you'll do the same for
or they'll
them.
take the wife will take, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, they will take photo of one and the other. So I always tell them, do you guys want a photo together? And they're always like, oh, yes. They're so happy that someone has offered, and I'm good at it too. So not only will I make sure they get some good photos, and they'll be like, oh, this is so good. I'm like, and then they're like, do you want one?
us?
That
So
works.
guess what I do?
That
I'm
works.
like, I do. But guess what I'll tell them? Okay, I'm gonna set my camera. I'll be like, I'm gonna be standing there because not everyone understands
works.
it.
Knows how to
So
take
make it
photos.
easy for them.
I was
Make
at
it
Mandela
easy.
Square, the statue in what do you call it?
I've seen it. Is it in Cape
The
Town?
mall.
No.
Outside the mall?
Yeah, this is Nelson Mandela, Madiba's.
I've seen it. The
Outside the
statue.
mall.
Yeah, of Madiba in Joburg, Samson.
Yes.
So
Samson
it
Mall.
is people are lining to take a
Take
picture
photos.
of it,
Yes.
and I wanted a picture, and I was with my mom, and there was a couple who was there. They also want a picture of them.
Together,
So what I did was I went up to them. Hey, do you guys want a picture together?
they're so
And
happy.
then
In turn, you
ask.
Then
get
after
one.
that,
So
yeah.
it's you're returning
It's
favors and
reciprocity.
reciprocity, and also because not everyone. I also like when I see people with professional cameras. I know that I've had photos taken by professional photographers because I see them and I'm like, do you mind? They'll take it of you and then they'll email it to you. It happens. Just
I mean, look
engage.
at her. What professional photographer would say no?
No, engage them. they want
Don't
the
try
one
that
photo.
one, guys. Don't.
No.
maybe on another episode, I think maybe we
No,
need
I
to-
want to
yeah.
teach that. I want to teach that, but let me tell people think you're lying when you say you're alone because your photos come out looking great.
We also do.
Wait.
We like doing the foot thing and cut off the guy.
Oh, we can do that. No. What happens if I'm with you and we're not serious yet? Why am I posting you? So you're not
Right.
gonna. You may
We're
take
not
my
putting you
photos.
on.
I won't post you. I'm not saying people. It happens, but for the most part, when I travel my photos, I do them myself, or I have someone take them and I give them direction. But there are those who are telling the truth. There are those who are lying. So
Actually, that's
Great
good
Also,
information.
now we've learned something.
Well,
Great
that's something.
conversation, guys.
thank you,
Thank
you,
you.
everybody behind the scenes
Asante
as
sana.
well. Do you need
Shout
photos
out
of behind the scenes?
iSpace. Yes.
This is Dr. Ichi. Wezesha is going to be one of the people right here. When you think about shared experiences, think about ice. All of us are going to be sharing our experiences, from mental health to Gen Z, all topics about fitness and nutrition, everything about empowerment, and most importantly, to Wezesha each and every one of you. So you have a space where you can broadcast from and reach the entire community. iSpace, Imani.
Thank you.
Love it. This is the place. And if you don't know, now you know.
Thank you. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful space. It's bringing creatives together. And for many causes. But it's a blessing when you're finding Haitians and Kenyans coming together. Creatives, giving them a space. And it's a beautiful thing. We're all here as Kenyans, Haitians. And we just want to... I've known Kamanu when he started the media thing, Kim Media, many years ago. And also on the Haitian side, there's what they're doing, and it's amazing. So it's a beautiful blend. And we just have to thank God